Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and a game between Dream and Parting here on Cloud Kingdom. Game 1 in a series. I don't know how many games there are. Actually, I do know how many games there are. I just don't know what type of series this is. So let's just go ahead and get these games underway. We see Dream spawning as the red Terran player on the top right hand side of Cloud Kingdom. Meanwhile, Parting is spawning as the blue Protoss on the bottom left hand side of the map. Protoss versus Terran, perhaps one of my most difficult matchups, and who better to watch than Dream and Parting go at it, and what strategies will be executed and what strategies will be seen. Now, for those of you guys who are looking for more Heart of the Swarm content, Heart of the Swarm is just around the corner. If you guys want to see some not so Grandmaster master play, you can always check my stream as well. If you guys don't know when I stream, go ahead and follow me on Facebook or Twitter. Facebook, just search Crota. And on Twitter, I believe it is Crota_US West. Now, Parting here, he is going to be chrono boosting out, getting some probes. Doesn't look like he's really building anything just quite yet. Perhaps he will be going for that faster. No, he is not going for the faster gateway. He is actually going for... nope, he is going for a gateway. Alright, so it is going to be that standard 14 gateway. My timings for Protoss are a little bit off, and we'll see what Parting is going to follow this up with. Are we going to see that standard assimilator come in as well? The assimilator is currently not being thrown down, so this may just be a simple one-gate expand, gasless expand, with a catch-up in terms of the cybernetics core and the gas a little bit later. Or nope, is he going to place down the gas now? Yes, he is. And I'll really have to look at Parting's build in terms of timing, as it does look a little bit odd that he didn't get his gas nearly as quickly. But then again, perhaps he wanted more and more harvesters. He wants to get up to 16 as quickly as possible and then start saturating that gas. So that may be the overall strategy there, as we do see 3 probes now being transferred to that assimilator. Meanwhile, a Nexus has been thrown down already by this probe. And this is all part of a very, very detailed build order by Parting, knowing that if he got faster gas, he wouldn't have the necessary resources to place down this fast Nexus. Taking a look at what Dream is doing, Dream looks like he is going to be going for a 1-Rax expand. There is 1 Marine out on the field. I believe there is 1 Zealot now already being chrono boosted out, as probes are now making their way down. This is attempting to be bunkered, but the probes should be able to get some very, very easy damage here. Finish off this bunker. The bunker already down to 60, 40, 30, 25 hit points. There it goes. A new bunker could be established here, as more Marines are now being added. However, a Zealot should be making its way in, as the probes are trying to chase down this Marine. The probe is also getting in some harassment damage there, as there are going to be 2 Marines now trying to fight back. Back over here, we can see that the Zealots are taking down and forcing a cancellation on that bunker once more, as Parting easily handles whatever pressure Dream was trying to dream up. Now, Dream is sitting at 3 Marines. He needs to get up a bunker here in just a moment. He will be lifting off and landing this command center, going into the double refinery, double gas build. Very, very typical, very, very common for Terran players to just go massive bio early on now. Taking a look at what Parting is doing, he is getting up that Stalker, he is getting up that Warp Gate tech, and he is going to try to re-establish map control with that Stalker, the superior range, and that faster movement speed. So far, probes are just wandering around. SCV off over here. It looks like this probe is perhaps just hunting and pecking. And is this Marine perhaps going to get some damage off onto the probe? Yes, he will, but the probe is going to be able to escape away. Dream not paying attention to that probe. And what is happening here now? It looks as though there are Stalkers trying to engage a little bit of round-robin damage there, as this probe, oh, it looks like it will be able to slip by ever so barely, down to 6 hit points. 1 more shot and it would get taken down. However, there is a welcome party, and there it is. SCV now trying to do a little bit more scouting. It's not going to make its way inside. Taking a look, Parting is only running on 2 gas. No gas yet at his natural, and he's just trying to get up very strong economically speaking. Now, I am a bit curious as to what Parting is doing. Oh, there's the robotics facility being built off behind the natural expansion. I was going to say there's not much of a tech path being shown from Parting. Parting going with that robotics facility, very common in Wings of Liberty, to get observers out for early sight. Now, I believe in Heart of the Swarm, things may change just a bit as Protoss players may actually try to go for Stargate. The Stargate does allow for the training of an Oracle. It is a faster moving scout, so to speak, and it is also doubles up as a detector and can also harass. So we may see a transition or a change in the meta game to that now, as we are taking a look at Marines and Marauders just looking to establish, perhaps take control of a little bit more territory on the map. Dream sitting with 6 SCVs down here at the natural, a very, very heavy amount off over here, about 16. And I'm still waiting to see what exactly these two players are trying to do. Parting is going to transition very easily into this robotics facility for Colossi, and with no starport in play, the Colossi are going to simply roll over all of these Marines and these Marauders. Stim pack, combat shield, currently being researched. There is going to be a very, very small timing where this attack can be successful, at least in terms of harassment, but there is also a very good army of sentries and zealots to buy time. As soon as the observer keeps track of these Marines and these Marauders, oh, this is a bit of a split push here as the Stalker sentries, there's the force field, and Dream just getting completely caught out in the open. Not a good sign at all. Trying to shoot down some more of those units. More reinforcements are coming in, and here we have it. The Marines and the Marauders now making their way in, taking down a couple of sentries and Stalkers and Zealots as they were just trying to warp in. A beautiful split prong attack as probes are now falling. Probes are falling here left and right. There is that force field coming in from behind. The Marauders and the Marines are trying to engage, and a beautiful, beautiful split push by Dream, catching the army out of position there. So Parting, perhaps expecting and not knowing how many units Dream actually had. We can see that one robotics facility now trying to train up more units. Probes now coming off as well. It looks as though the Immortal will be coming out to play, and the Marauders and the Marines are not going to be able to continue to engage unless there is a lot more units. All right, Marauders and Marines now trying to engage here, going after the Stalkers. Stalkers getting taken down one at a time. Now going after that Immortal, and that Immortal is pretty much going to be Immortal now pulling back. The Immortal coming in with 3 kills. Level 1 armor upgrades being researched first, surprisingly, over the weapons upgrade. Now, that means that these Marines are only going to be dealing 5 damage or 4 damage per attack if it's actually hitting those shields, making it much more difficult to take down these Immortals, these Stalkers, and a little bit of the Sentries as well. One observer overhead. Let's take a look at the harvester count, 49 to 43. That is after 16 workers killed. Dream able to come up with something, take down a lot of workers, and now the income discrepancy definitely shows it, as Dream does also have 3 mules in play. Third command center now being placed down. Dream very, very confident in his current units. Let's take a look. There is no Colossus being trained yet, only going for Immortals, which does come as a bit of a surprise, but there is a heavy Marauder composition here. Dream taking down these destructible rocks, making it so that one force field will not be able to completely wall this off here, as the factory now providing sight up onto the high ground. Immortals, there's the scanner sweep offering sight up onto the high ground. Here we go. There's the engagement. There is those force fields splitting that attack up. It looks like a couple of Zealots will be able to back off in time, not get taken down, but there are medevacs here. Factory looking to take or absorb a little bit of damage, now being forced to pull away. There is going to be a split prong once again coming in from the far side. Medevacs are trying to come together. There is Marauders and Marines. Are these units going to be able to make their way over? Medevac pilots catching and spotting all of those Stalkers, deciding to back away once more, as more Marauders and Marines still coming in. One Stalker getting caught out of position once more. Dream looking to continue this push, and no, it is going to be a straight up drop inside the main. However, there are High Templars there, and High Templars with feedback do cause a bit of problems, as the Marauders and the Marines are now going to try to engage. Oh, looks as though the Stalkers are on the wrong side now. Parting, being forced to walk all the way back over. There are those feedbacks. Nicely done, as Archons now being merged. Low hit point medevacs, or low energy medevacs, strictly almost useless now, as the medevacs and the Marines are still trying to battle it out. Oh, Dream accidentally picking up some units. Will that cost him? Yes, it does cost him a little bit of DPS, as the Marauders and the Marines are still stimming back. 23 workers now lost. as Dream still following up this play very heavily with this Bio Stim Stutter Step. Alright, 1-1 upgrades versus 1-0 upgrades, and Dream may not actually have enough as the force field does come in a little bit late. There is the parting GG as Dream takes game 1 in the series over parting. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1 in this series. Please stay tuned for game 2.